What is up, everybody? It's Rebecca Johnson of Supergirl Radio. I'm just hanging out here waiting for Morgan, but we are going to get this stream started. And I actually need to put all my tabs back together. I have different tabs everywhere for this live stream, trying to keep up with everything. But for this week, we are going to be talking about Supergirl 2025 number 8, which is the next issue in the Sophie Campbell run of Supergirl, which has been so good in the comics. A lot of throwbacks to various eras of Supergirl, and this one in particular is a throwback to the Silver Age of Supergirl. So if you've never read any of the Silver Age comics of Supergirl, highly recommend it. Some of the stories are simple because back then there wasn't a lot of sophisticated comic book writing in some of the stories. A lot of it was a formulaic, like 3 things would happen, and by the end of the 3rd thing, the issue would be over. So a lot of it is formulaic in that way. But what I like about the Silver Age of Supergirl is that it gives a lot of her mythology, builds a lot of her mythology, the characters she interacts with, her side characters, her Legion of Superhero friends, things like that. Comet the Super Horse, Crypto the Super Dog, Tricky the Super Cat, Midvale Orphanage, all of those things stem from the Silver Age. So if you want to learn more about Supergirl's mythology and where all of that comes from, it is from the Silver Age, which started in 1959 with the first appearance of Supergirl. And there is a two volume trade paperback compilation thing that you can get, which is great. You can get it in paperback, I guess it is. Maybe you can get it in hardcover. I actually don't know. And digital. So check out The Silver Age of Supergirl if you've never read it. Morgan, I see you down there. Can I pull you in so we can check some audio? Because StreamYard's been acting real funny the last couple of streams that we've been doing. So I just want to double check how we're doing. So I've got you on auto.
Okay.
So we're both on auto. So
Is
hopefully
it too loud?
it is too loud. And I don't know why that is. Why is that different?
I feel like I'm talking very, very like smooth and low, but like maybe inside I'm screaming. Maybe that's just coming out.
I don't know why that is. I'm going to maybe I'm going to take you off auto and then maybe turn you up a little bit. Because the last stream we did, I took you off auto.
Turn me up? I thought the problem was I was too up.
No, I turned you off, but it's but I turned you off the auto. But the last we did, you were low, and I was like, "What is happening? I don't know what's
strange.
What's going on?" So I was trying to see if I could monitor it. So just in case you ever need to know it, if you click on the people, this is like inside baseball. The viewers don't need to know this, but
they're intrigued, I'm sure.
But if you click on the people section on the right hand side of StreamYard, it'll pull up your audio stuff. So I tried to put you on auto, and it was still you were coming in hot.
Okay, I put myself on auto. How does it sound? Is it
too? I think
too much.
I think it's okay. Maybe so. Maybe I was the problem all along.
It's you. Hi.
Okay. All right. You do sound hot now.
Oh God.
I don't know
What's happening.
I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, but maybe
what are you doing?
I mean, maybe we could take you. I mean, do I sound normal?
You sound normal. Yeah,
okay.
You sound fine.
Okay. I was just trying to match our audio because I lost my beloved Levelator program. The software is no longer supported and it doesn't work anymore.
No,
so
RIP.
My Levelator thing that I needed.
Okay, let's see. Default microphone. Okay, microphone USB audio. So that I would assume that's what I.
Yeah, your mic is coming in okay.
Okay.
But you just sound loud to me for some reason.
Just loud. Oh no.
So if you got like really excited about something, which I feel like you might.
Oh no.
One of the things that I want to talk to you about.
Oh no.
But your settings are okay? Like it's set to your mic? Okay.
Yeah. What if I unplugged it and replugged? Is it the mic though?
I feel like we tried that though.
Yeah. Oh no, what did I do?
Yeah. Sorry everybody. We're troubleshooting live before we officially get started so that we know what's going on because we've had some.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Does it sound the same?
It sounds a little bit the same. Maybe I'm just.
I clicked something so there's a default microphone and then there's something that's called communications microphone.
Oh.
And I was like, what's communications microphone? Is that better? So I clicked that.
Okay, so maybe it's not the default.
Okay.
I don't know what a communication
is the level of this sound okay though?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Stressful.
It's not the default one. I always use my microphone instead of using the default.
Strange.
But you haven't had to do that before.
I've never had to do that before.
That's weird. I think you sound better though.
Okay. I'll take it.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go with that. Sorry for all the viewers who are chiming in. So welcome to Supergirl Radio. I think we are good to go now that we've sort of troubleshooted what is the
troubleshot?
That doesn't sound right.
That can't be right.
We have completed the troubleshooting of what we needed to figure out. So I think we can officially get started here. You do have the Google Doc. We're ready to go.
Got it.
Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Lots to talk about. We are discussing Supergirl 2025, number 8. So even if you haven't read it, feel free to join us and hop in the chat and ask us any questions if you have them.
McGurk! I love typing.
Not mess with my Google Docs, Meeksy.
Supergirl Radio is going live every night of the week. How do you like it? Is becoming a human burrito a plus or a minus? I don't know. It does seem snug.
I mean, they say you are what you eat.
Kira. I love that.
So I do a podcast called Supergirl Radio, and one of our segments is Lena Luthor, Boardroom or Ballroom. Because
she looks like a boss in this coat.
Nasty Luthor like a different Luthor? It's not just Lena being mean?
No.
Helen Slater here. So fun to know that you're hosting a podcast called Supergirl Radio.
Welcome to Supergirl Radio, your source for all things related to the character of Kara Zor-El. My name is Rebecca Johnson.
I'm Morgan Glennon.
And for this episode of the podcast, we are live and wired to discuss Supergirl 2025, number 8, which is a story titled Not a Creature Was Stirring. It was written by Sophie Campbell with cover art by Sophie Campbell. The artist on this issue was Haining. I'm going to take my best attempt at this name, so my apologies to this colorist if I do not get it right. Alex Guimarães? Does that
seems
seem
right?
Maybe we'll go with that. So my apologies again, Alex, if that is not correct. Was the colorist. Becca Carey was the letterer. Jillian Grant was the assistant editor. Brittany Holt. Yes, Brittany. I'm like questioning myself after that other name. Brittany Holzer was the senior editor. So the description for this issue reads, quote, years ago, to protect her secret identity, a young Supergirl created a robot to pose as Linda Danvers while she ventured around the world saving the day. Now, after years of abandonment, this mechanical maiden of might has returned. In the name of vengeance. Can Kara make peace with the past before it destroys her present? Unquote. I do have a question about that description, though. I really don't feel like there was a vengeance.
No.
Do you
I
feel
don't feel like there was a vengeance? I mean, maybe she was upset.
Yeah, I mean, she was questioning Supergirl. Why did you abandon me?
why have you abandoned me? But I don't feel like there was like a vengeance aspect. It was more like, where'd you go?
Yeah, she was just confused. She just wanted some answers. I don't think she was looking to do anything to Supergirl. So a strange, as always, description for these issues.
Just so slightly off. I can't remember what issue it was where the description was like totally different. Oh, the Thanksgiving issue.
It was. They were like, oh, and Lex Luthor was there. It's like, what? No, he wasn't.
Lena's father, Lex Luthor. And you're like, no. I don't think he was in that one.
Were there pages I missed? I don't remember that at all. Yes, that was definitely the issue. Okay, so we definitely have a lot of Linda robots to discuss. It's very important that we discuss the Linda robot because it makes me so happy that this Silver Age nonsense has reappeared in this Sophie Campbell run. But I think the more important thing that we, Morgan, you and I, Supergirl Radio needs to discuss is Eliza's hands in this issue.
Yes.
This is very important.
I would say I was tracking this. I was on camera. And like there's a story within the story here, which is that first off, as we love here on Supergirl Radio, it appears she has a robot hand at one point.
In the present day, Eliza Danvers has a robot hand. You have to track which hand it is. It's always the right hand. So I've noticed that. So always be looking at the right hand to see what's going on.
You've always got to check. She has a robot hand. I want to know more about the robot hand. Like, does it have other functionalities? Is it super strong, perhaps? Can she fight with it? They're agents. So like maybe it's like a functional robot hand. I don't know.
This is true. It could be. I assume that Jeremiah and Liza, I don't know if we know in this run if they are DEO agents. Have they explicitly said DEO?
I think in this one, don't they say that they're agents of some kind?
I know they say they're agents, but I couldn't remember if they said they were specifically DEO agents or not.
I don't know about the DEO part, but I think they mentioned, I can't remember if it was this one or the last one, that they are agents.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, so like maybe the hand has like, I don't know, like functionality, like the robot hand that she can use in the field.
That
does. So I feel like that would be sort of a golden opportunity.
It would be helpful.
Yeah, to add some stuff in, like a Swiss Army knife type of robot hand.
Amazing. I would like to think that's what that is. But if you notice in the flashback, so this issue is both a flashback to Midvale, what I'm assuming is during the Silver Age of Supergirl, before Linda Danvers, or before Linda Lee really gets adopted into the Danvers family and becomes Linda Danvers. And then there's a present day Christmas storyline with the Danvers and with Lesla and Kara. But if you notice in the Midvale orphanage flashbacks, Eliza's right hand is fully there. Like
fully there.
She has a right hand.
Two hands.
Yeah. So my question to Sophie Campbell, if maybe she's planned this already, but is she going to give us a reason why Eliza has a missing hand? Is she going to be, because Steve Orlando never really did in Rebirth.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, that was like something that was important to him. I think there was like an interview where he said like he wanted the missing hand to just be part of the character, and he didn't want to like draw attention to it because it was like based off of somebody he knew in real life. Just
to correct you slightly, just because I think it's important to say, I don't know that was from an interview. One of our listeners actually tweeted to him. And he responded to the tweet.
Okay.
It was on behalf of Supergirl Radio that even got asked.
Incredible. I really thought
it was a long time ago.
I really, in my mind, this was like an interview where somebody was like asking about it, because I think that all interviewers are like interested in the same things that we're interested in. I guess in my mind, there's probably
we're the ones asking the good questions.
The Supergirl TV writers, where they're like, "What's the real estate market like in National City?" So obviously, we're asking the important questions. We're asking the questions the people want to know.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it's interesting here that there is a flashback where she has both hands, and then in the present she only that she is missing one. So something happened in between those two timelines. So I immediately clocked reading the issue and was like, two hands.
It seems very intentional by Sophie Campbell, as if, and I appreciate this because we do track this stuff. We do pay attention to this. And the fact that she has been so consisent with
very
the presentation of
it's always the same one.
It's always the same hand. So I not only appreciate that little attention to detail, but I wonder if there is a storyline that is coming. Because to your point, Steve Orlando wanted to put someone in the comic with a disability because he had a friend who he was sort of paying homage to with that kind of thing. And so but he never answered it in the story of the comic book. It wasn't there in the comic. He just happened to respond to I can't remember if it was Rachel or Mark who tweeted to him kind of on our behalf, because we had been asking those questions on Supergirl Radio. And this was a long time ago when we first discovered Eliza Danvers was missing a hand. I remember because it was with Carly Lane when Carly was still on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is a while back.
So this has been a while back. So so we've been kind of tracking Eliza's hand every time she pops up in a comic. So the fact that this has been so consistent and so prominent now in this issue, we're getting like a mechanical robot hand.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if Sophie wants to tell that story.
I would be excited if she does, because I think we've already established that she lost her hand sometime between adopting Kara and the beginning of this run. So now and she's got a robot hand. So now I'm like, give us the backstory.
I want to know more.
Let's get the Eliza Danvers issue. Let's get the Eliza and Jeremiah in the field, Mr. and Mrs. Smith issue.
Yes, I would read it. So hopefully that is coming. But I did want to point that out first, because there was a robot in this issue, but there was also a mechanical hand that appeared in this issue as well. So I wanted to make that the primary thing that we discuss, because I think that's very important to both of us.
What if Sophie Campbell is a listener? And what if this is a call out to Snapper Carr's robot hand that we never received on the television show?
Okay. If Sophie Campbell is listening,
Campbell, if you're listening,
we love the run. You're doing a
great job. Great job.
We're such big fans. Also, if you could work Snapper Carr into this, we would be cool with that.
I feel like we could make a spot for him. He could pop up. we've got a small wish list slash a large wish list, and Staff Car, Director Bones, they're both on it.
Yes. Okay. So thank you, Sophie, if you're listening,
If you're
for
listening.
really paying attention to all the things that we care about, because it feels like you have put most of them in here. So
We already got Margaret. I mean, we're getting a lot of what we've always wanted.
Yes,
but
some of the big
the Margaret
bullet points.
costume.
Yeah. That was high on the list. So yes, so we are getting some throwbacks for us, but also throwbacks into Supergirl's history with the Linda robot. So Morgan, I know that this may be the Linda bot is maybe a little bit new to you.
This
I've
was
read
a new
some of the Silver Age.
concept for me. This is a new concept for me. You mentioned it in the end of the last issue, because there was sort of like a dun 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 that somebody was watching, and you caught that the tree, and you were like, I wonder if it's the Linda bots that she left in the tree. And I was like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to like really back up there. It's a lot of information I'm missing here. So now I know about the concept of the Linda bots, and also hilariously that she left them in a hollowed out tree when she didn't need them, which is great. Good storage space.
Well, she didn't need them at that point. She was using the Linda bots, and I think the issue does a good job of explaining this, is that when she is at the orphanage, she can be Linda Danvers. But if she has to go and do Supergirl things and leave the orphanage, well, Linda can't just go missing.
No.
So she has the Linda bots to come out from the tree and go
Sure.
to Midvale Orphanage and cover for her and pretend to be Linda. They're very convincing, these Linda robots.
Yeah.
People don't know they're robots.
So I guess I have like a series of cascading questions about the Linda bots.
Please ask them.
Did she create her own Linda bot? Did she get like in like the garage of the orphanage and just like put on some music and just like jam out to like creating a robot of herself?
So that's a great question. So
Thank you.
Superman does have robots that he has in the Fortress of Solitude, like we saw in the David Cornsweet Superman movie, like in the All-Star Superman book that I think is overrated nonsense. It's in there. One thing to point out, so it could be several things. It could be Superman made them for her. It could be that.
So does Superman have robots of himself though?
Yeah,
because I feel like most of the robots I've seen in Superman stuff
are like the blue ones,
are like the little like Calyx, like you know, my boy, but like like little like robot looking robots.
Yes,
whereas these are human looking robots.
So Superman does have Superman robots. I think for the similar reason that Linda has the Linda bots. So it could be, you know, possibility number one, it could be that Superman built the Linda bots for her for this reason, because he has also some robots of himself that he needs to use as a secret identity replacement. But it's also interesting and worth noting that in Midvale Orphanage in the Silver Age, they have like a science lab inside the orphanage.
Yeah, these the orphanages were notoriously well funded with a lot of STEM. They really wanted. They were like, let's get these girls coding, you know.
So that is how, like, the ex-kryptonite that turned Streaky into a super cat, that is how that happens, because there's a mishap with the science lab.
Seems like there might be a lot of mishaps at the science lab at the orphanage.
Well, they're probably not well versed in science things in the orphanage, and things are probably exploding there a lot. But so it could be that Linda, she was down in that science lab and she was like tinkering around, and she built a couple robots that kind of look like her. Maybe she was just like doing it somewhere else. She could have been at the Fortress of Solitude doing it. So it is possible that Linda built them. I like the idea that Linda built the Linda robots because of the stuff that happens in this issue, where, you know, the Linda robots are so attached to her and she feels very strongly about them. So I wonder if there's like a creation kind of
like
attachment.
a Frankenstein's monster situation.
So I would like to think that Linda built them.
Yeah, I think I like the idea that Linda built them. I certainly like it more than the idea that there's like an assembly line in the Fortress of Solitude and Superman was like, stay in the orphanage until I tell you to. Here's a robot. Does that make it better? Does it make it better that you don't have a family? See you later, cuz.
Jeez, that is so hard. Superman in the Silver Age was the worst. He was just the absolute worst.
I love the beginning of this issue. I like the way that the art looks, kind of a little bit sepia toned, and everybody is a little bit Silver Age, like the way that they're acting, even even Supergirl is like, he can't tell me not to get adopted. I'm sick of
Yeah, she says, what does she say there at the top? She says, I'm tired of living in this orphanage. Why should Superman get to decide what's best for me? And I was like, yeah, that's right. That's a great question. I don't think he should be able to get to decide what's best for you. Yeah. So I'm glad that this addresses that head on.
You can make your own decisions, Kara. You don't have to sit around and wait around for Superman to decide it's time for you to have a family. I also like that. I believe that Leslie calls it out again, where she's like, really messed up that Superman wouldn't let you get adopted. Like Superman dropped you off at this orphanage, and Kara's like, we've worked through it. It's like, okay, good for you. Good for your ability.
It's
to
still
forgive.
messed up though. It's still the
Leslie's
worst.
not wrong.
Leslie is 100% right. I'm glad that Leslie is reaffirming that to her, that it is strange that Superman did that to her. But yeah, so I like the idea personally that Linda built the robots. That's why she has such an affinity for them. So Morgan, what did you think, since this is kind of your first encounter with the Linda bot concept? What did you think about the Linda bot that she left in the tree? Because she once she was adopted, she didn't need the Linda bot anymore because she wasn't going to be at the orphanage. So you don't need a Linda bot to replace you at the orphanage if you're adopted. So so what did you think about this forgotten robot?
I was a little surprised she didn't take the Linda bot with her to be like, okay, now I can dip out of other family situations, and
That would have been smart.
there would still be a Linda around. There would still be, she'd still be in. Maybe sometimes she has to deal with an emergency when she's in high school. Then she could be like, Linda bot, get in there and pass trig for me. I would abuse the ability to have a Morgan bot by being like, Morgan doesn't want to go to work today. Get over and get out there. Morgan bot's like scraping ice off the car windshield. She's like, we Morgan bots got to unionize. Like they turn against me.
Would you be worried though if the Morgan bot did something she shouldn't? Would you have to program her?
I would be very worried that the Morgan bot would go off script. Like I would come into work the next day and they'd be like, you really should not have said that in that meeting. And I'd be like, what? What did I say?
That's the risk you take with the Morgan bot.
Yes, because the robot, you don't know. I mean, you can program them, but what if the Linda bot went off script? I don't know.
Maybe it's voice activated. Maybe you could say it, and then the Morgan bot would then hear you giving instruction, and then say something on your behalf. Maybe you could work that technology.
Yeah, the Linda bot does seem a little risky. Things could go astray, but I was surprised she didn't decide to take the Linda bot, because I feel like there's actually a lot of situations where the Linda bot would come in handy. She's got a friend or a nemesis that's it's so weird. Linda's gone and then Supergirl's here, and that seems to happen a lot. And then with the Linda bot, Supergirl could be standing right there, and the Linda bot could walk up and be like, hello friends, it is I, Linda.
Or if you had problems with your parents or at school, or maybe you were in school but you needed to go do Supergirl stuff.
Yeah,
she could use it for that. So I think that's a really fair point.
A lot of versatility, a lot of utility to the Linda bots. I mean, morally speaking, is it good?
Not
Probably
great.
not. Probably not. But like usefulness wise, like the convenience of the Linda bot, like she was already using her at the orphanage. I was surprised that she was like, well, I don't need her now. But also the cavalier way, she's like, I know, whatever, you stay in the tree, I'll see you later. Like, okay, harsh.
She just thought the Linda bot would eventually shut down. I don't know if the Linda bot was like, you have to charge her, or was she running on batteries? I don't know how the Linda bot, like,
you have to plug her in
did you have to plug her in? I don't know how she operated, but she obviously lasted a very long time. So however they built the Linda bots, well constructed, well made. They don't really make them like they used to. The things used to last longer back during the Silver Age, so I'm actually not surprised.
That's true. The things used to last back then.
Yeah, like refrigerators, appliances, Linda bots, things that lasted a lot longer. One thing I also thought was interesting about the Linda bot is how emotional the Linda bot was.
Yeah,
it wasn't just like still functioning and like asking for instruction from Supergirl. The Linda bot was like, why did you abandon me? Why did you abandon me? Like feeling abandoned. Like there was emotion in there.
I know. Well, early in the flashback, the Linda bot thinks to herself, I'm so happy for the mistress that she's being adopted. She'll have a nice home and a loving family. So like the Linda bot's so nice. She's like, yes, it's so great. Finally we'll have
she thought she was getting adopted
and a loving family.
I can get out of this tree.
Maybe she'll put me in a shed or something. Maybe there's a bed in the shed. I don't know. Anything could happen. And then she's just like, back to the tree for you. And in fact, she says like, goodbye, Linda robot. I'm afraid I won't have any more use for you. As she sends the Linda robot back into the tree. It's like, Kara, you got to look in the mirror. You got to ask yourself some questions, because you're Supermaning this robot. You are abandoning the robot like Superman abandoned you in that orphanage.
Wow. That is something I hadn't thought
of. Maybe that's why she's forgiven him. She's like, listen, we've all done things.
We've all made choices.
It's like an L family trait where they're like, occasionally I just like abandon people in hollow trees, man. I'm sorry. I can't help it. It's in the blood.
I will say that the Linda bot was very loyal, really, really loyal to Linda / Kara. But when this Linda bot in the present day sort of reemerges, she's kind of terrifying.
Oh, she's real scary.
She seems she's drawn, and you're more of the horror movie expert, Morgan, than I am. But she is drawn as if she is appearing in a horror movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like even as the tree closes on the Linda bot and she's like, I'll be here. Like her eyes are so big, and like, I know this sounds crazy for a comic book, but like big and unblinking. Like I can just imagine that she never blinks unless she's like, remember, Linda blinks. She's just in that tree. She's like, it's gonna be great. She'll come back for me, I'm sure. But when she comes out of that tree in the present day, she's looking gnarly. The clothing didn't really hold up, nor did her like skin, her robot skin. So you can see some of the like electronics underneath, and one of her eyes is all wonky. It's rough. It's pretty rough. It's very scary.
She managed to continue operating, but she did not hold up. She's falling apart.
Let's say she's surviving, but she is not thriving.
And she also there's a page, I believe it is page 12 in the digital version, where Kara is in the present day saying, my mind wanders and I just think about everyone. And then it sort of cuts to some panels where the Linda bot is in the Danvers home, in in Kara's bedroom.
In her bedroom.
In a silhouette with like a dark black silhouette with red eyes.
Red eyes. Just
Sleeping in the shadows in
red
their house.
eye.
Terrifying.
I feel like it was never really explained. So Kara's like, how did somebody get into our house without any of us hearing? Like, I have super hearing. All the pets have super hearing.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
and they're even better, I think.
Yeah, like Leslie, you have super hearing. Like, how did somebody get in and break into the house and leave without any of us hearing it? And like, I don't feel like that was ever really explained. Like, yes, she's a robot, but is she a super stealthy robot?
You would think that robots, especially ones that have like not
Janky
been well
programming.
maintained,
Yeah.
they would squeak,
It would be like,
needing like WD-40 or something.
Or like that they would have heavy footfalls because
yes.
like they're, the programming's kind of going astray. And I don't imagine them as being as this Linda bot who's malfunctioning is basically slowly shutting down would be like super stealthy. And yet somehow she gets in, trashes the kitchen and gets out, and nobody wakes up.
It is not explained. I agree with that. And she should have made noise, I feel like.
Also,
That's the
doesn't
only
she
critique I have.
What I really like is that she seems to trash all the cookies, but I like to think that she took a couple on her way out too.
Oh, she took some cookies. Well, but here's the thing: does the Linda bot need food,
or is it like oil or something, or is like being plugged in?
But if she is replacing, like in place of Linda, would she have to eat sometimes? Like if she was at the orphanage and they were having lunch.
It's like
at
it's lunchtime. Linda, don't you like your soup?
Like, what does she do? What
Dangerous.
Does the Linda bot do? Like, does she pretend to eat like Cookie Monster? Like, what does
yum,
she
yum,
do?
yum, 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 and all the crumbs are flying.
What does she do? Is it actually going down into her system? Like, what is happening there?
She's just pretending to drink, and it's just like all dribbling out.
She has a drinking problem.
You're like, is she okay?
That is a really good question. Does the Linda bot need food? But I feel like she probably took a cookie, if anything, just to like figure out what it was.
Yeah, she's like, what is this?
Yeah, so she definitely destroys the house. Lots of footprints everywhere. The cookies are done, like all over the floor. They're just inedible at that point. And so what I think is interesting, though, is the Linda bot seems to come out of the tree, like wanders around into the Danvers home. Then she goes to the orphanage, I guess, for nostalgia's sake. Yeah. Maybe looking for Kara there. But then she, I guess, just goes back to the tree? Does she give up and go back to the tree?
I was a little unclear on that, too, because I was like, well, then why is she back in the tree? It also seemed like she maybe spent some time in the abandoned orphanage.
Right.
Because there's like an open window where snow is coming in.
And there's like drawings all over. I don't know if she's the one doing the graffiti.
It would be really funny if she was tagging the school. I do believe like the graffiti is like a smiley face. So it does feel like something that the Linda bot would do. It's like, I'm hard. And then she just like makes a smiley face.
Yeah. So I guess she goes back into the tree just to wait because she can't find Linda. So she's trying to figure out where her mistress is. And then what did you think about the Linda bot? I mean, I guess for a lack of better wording, she dies. What do you think about that?
I was sad, actually. I was like, oh, this one is a way more melancholy issue than I thought it was going to be going into it. And I really did think, I guess based on the way that it was set up with like the tree and everything, somebody was watching her, that the Linda bot was going to be like looking for revenge or like a nemesis of some kind. But the Linda bot was just like sad and malfunctioning. And then the Linda bot just kind of dies. Well, shuts down. Whatever you want to say about the robot, but the robot is no longer operational at the end. And I was like, wow, that's really sad. Like that's that's a kind of a melancholy Christmas issue where we're getting, where she's like, oops, I guess I forgot my robot, my loyal robot, and now she's gone. Now I have lost the ability to save my loyal robot who I left in the tree and thought she'll just power down. It's fine. Like, what? She had enough like empathy or humanity in her to be like, it's so great the mistress is getting adopted. It's like, I'm sorry, if somebody your robot is thinking thoughts, first off, and if they're thinking thoughts, it's like, man, I really want the best for her. You can't leave them in a tree anymore. You just can't.
You can't. That it feels
too
wrong.
close to human. Too close to human. You gotta at least let her be in the basement or something.
Do you think? I have a lot of questions about the Linda bot myself now. So we know as the reader that the Linda bot has all of these feelings about Linda and concerns for her life. But do you think Linda, or Linda at the time, but now Kara, present day, maybe Linda never talked to the Linda bot? Maybe they never had like a one-on-one conversation. Maybe it was like just transactional. Like, you go over there and you replace me, and then when I need to come back, I'll come back. And then they never had like a real, human robot
like
relationship.
Heart. Yeah.
Maybe Linda didn't know about those people.
So Linda was like, I guess I thought she was just a robot. I thought she was just happy doing robot things. Like, the more you think about the Linda bot and the fact that the Linda bot seems to have like independent thoughts and empathy, like, the sadder the story gets. Like, imagine being the Linda bot and just getting like to live slivers of somebody else's life for brief moments where you're like, I have friends, and it's like, back into the tree for you.
I've been adopted back into the tree.
I'll see you never, Linda bot. And it's like, it gets more and more upsetting like the more time you think about the Linda bot.
Also, another question that I would have, and this would have been a question for Kara. So Supergirl is very upset that the Linda bot dies because she's hard on herself, and maybe possibly she should have been, that she did not remember the Linda bot was there, and she should have maybe done something to help her. But it's like, well, you could still help her. What's preventing Supergirl from like fixing the bot?
Yeah,
she could fix the Linda bot if she really wanted to. She's super smart. She's got the ability to do things. I think she can make another one or fix that one that died.
Because we're talking about the Linda bot dying, but it is a robot. And so it seems like you could repair her. Now, has the Linda bot seen better days? Surely. But I feel like she could go into the lab, she created the Linda bot. She could fix the Linda bot. She's just like, this feels like kind of a lot of work. And I mean, it's not like I wasn't living my life successfully without her. I did forget she was in that tree. So
if she was in there that whole time, maybe I didn't really need her.
Maybe it turns out I didn't need the Linda bot. Sad about it, but
I mean, also, when you think about the Lena Luthor of it all, who is in a like lair fixing things routinely,
constantly.
Lena Luthor could bring the Linda robot back to life.
Oh, absolutely. If she just brought over the Linda bot and like dumped it on Lena's doorstep and was like, could you fix this? Lena would be like, give me 20 minutes. So it does feel like a little bit of a choice that she's like, R.I.P. my old friend. It's like, can't you fix? Shh. You just gotta let her go.
Yeah, so I think it could be possible to bring her back if they really wanted to. So we'll have to see. I don't know if they're going to make the Linda robot in theory and concept is going to make another appearance, but I think theoretically the Linda robot could make
the nice thing about robot characters is mostly you can always bring them back. Yes. They're robots. Like, somebody could just repair them and it's like, here I am, I'm back.
Also, I would be concerned. I have another thought. I would be concerned as Supergirl if a villain got a hold of the Linda robot parts.
Ooh, yeah.
Could they use the Linda robot for nefarious purposes? I would be concerned. What is Supergirl doing with these leftover robot parts? Is she destroying them? Is she burying them somewhere? Is she putting them back in the tree? I think she should do something with it.
Tosses it back in the tree, closes it up. It's like, that seems good enough for me.
That's where she lives anyway. So I would be concerned about that. Any more thoughts about the Linda robot before we move on to present day Kara and Christmas?
No, I really liked the Linda bots. I don't have like that backstory from the Silver Age. Like I haven't read anything with the Linda bots, but I think even just the intro of this issue gives you like enough of a background in them to be able to jump right into the story. And I do love that the beginning of the issue even like reads and feels like a Silver Age story. It kind of looks like a Silver Age story. Everybody's like, okay, off I go. It's great. So I was excited that they brought the Linda bots in. I think it's great that Sophie Campbell once again is pulling from Supergirl's history of different characters and isn't afraid of grabbing some of the weird ones.
Yeah, I think this did a really good homage to the Silver Age, both in look and storyline. I think it was, for me, as someone who has read through those older issues, I felt that connection to it for sure. I wanted to get to something Mind the Gap said in the chat, saying this issue is very similar to an issue of Alan Moore's Supreme with a Supreme bot, or is this Superman? Supreme or Superman, with a Supreme bot resenting Supreme. So I don't think the Linda bot robot resented Supergirl, just kind of wanted to be with her, I think is the thing. So but I think, if you make a robot duplicate of yourself, you're really taking a risk in how that robot's going to feel about you.
Yeah.
And whether or not that robot's maybe going to take over your life, whether you like it or not. That's also like
you're creating a dangerous situation for yourself.
a Rebecca bot would be nice. I could use her for various things. But I would be nervous about
imagine all the content you could make with a Rebecca
Oh my
bot.
gosh. I could, especially with AI, you could program all kinds of things to do things. But I would be concerned about the quality of interactions that the Rebecca bot was having with other people and what she was doing.
Why is that person mad at me? And you're like, why would you say that, Rebecca bot?
So you really are assuming some responsibility of things that you did not do based on the robot there. So that is the Linda robot portion of the story, which is somewhat connected to the Kara and the Christmas story, but I felt like the Kara part was separate enough that we could sort of address that as well. So Morgan, we find out that in this issue that Kara doesn't seem to like Christmas. So what did you think about this portion of the story?
I thought it was interesting because we just came off of the Thanksgiving issue. I think that was the last issue, right? It feels like a long time ago.
It was.
And Lena had a sort of a similar feeling about Thanksgiving. She was like, I'm just going to hole up in my room. I'm not going to pay attention to this. I don't care about this holiday because of her family situation not being great. And I thought it was interesting that now we've moved on to Christmas, and Kara feels the same way about Christmas. This is like Kara's bad holiday, where she starts to get upset about the fact that her whole planet is gone, and all of her friends and her family that she would normally spend a holiday like Christmas with, even though I'm sure they don't have that.
They probably had some other Kryptonian holiday.
But yeah, the sun holiday or something, the Raumus or something.
Yes.
And it makes her feel kind of melancholy and a little bit like a little bit snappy too. She snaps at Leslie when Leslie's talking to her.
Really yells at her.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I would say that was a significant outburst from Kara, very angry about about Leslie trying to sort of butt into things. But you know what? What I liked about Leslie, cared enough about her as a friend to like prod her enough to want to help her. I think Leslie's intentions were good.
Yeah, I agree. I think Leslie doesn't really even understand Christmas. Like, she's learning about snow, she's learning about Christmas, she's learning how to be a really good cookie maker, all important stuff. So she's like, there's a lot going on for Leslie. She's like, this is a big holiday for me. This is a big learning opportunity. So I think that she's more willing to just go with however Kara feels about it, because she's like, how do I don't know. Maybe people do get angry at Christmas. But I like the idea of highlighting the fact that, like, for a lot of people, Christmas can be a tough holiday for them.
Yeah.
And I think there is a lot of pressure for Christmas to be this kind of perfect holiday, like a Hallmark movie and things like that, where it's like, oh, it's so great. This is this time of year where you spend with like friends and family and everybody's happy and nothing ever goes wrong. And it can feel like it puts more pressure on the things in your life that you're not as happy about, especially if you have lost loved ones. It can make it feel sadder at Christmas time. So to me, it made a lot of sense that Kara would be struggling a little bit at Christmas, especially.
Yeah, I think for her to think about her family and friends that she lost who are gone because of Argo, that makes a ton of sense. And what she says in addition to that, I think also some of it I feel like she wonders she doesn't want to say anything about her feelings because she don't want to bring anyone else down, but she kind of blames the holiday gloominess on other things as well, like the cold shorter days, the birds not chirping, and how everything feels like it slows down. And so I was kind of like, well, yeah, I feel that too. I kind of, when the sun goes down early now because of the time change, it makes me a little, not sad, but it's like you feel like you should be at home when maybe you're still at work, and it just feels like things are a little gloomier because it gets darker earlier, and when it gets cold and darker, then there is something about being outside during the day with the sun shining that just makes me feel better.
It makes you feel like you've have a life. It's that dark period when you're like going to work in the dark and then returning home in the dark, and you're like, does sun still exist? Is it still out there? That can be a tough time of year for a lot of people.
Yeah, so I felt a lot of that because I like it when birds are chirping, and I like it when things are sunnier, and that makes me feel a little happier. So I totally understand all of that. And I think the reason that these two stories are connected, what I thought was a good tie-in to both of these with the Linda robot and Kara's feelings about Christmas, is that the holidays, she says, make me think about everyone. And so she's thinking about everyone but the Linda robot. And then the sort of the climax to the situation to all of this is that Leslie encourages her to think about the people right in front of her. So Kara, for most of this time in the issues, she's been thinking about her family and friends who are no longer with her. And so that's bringing her down. But Leslie's like, hey, if you wanted to, you could think about the people you have right now. And that might change your opinion. And so it actually does. It makes Kara want to stick around in Midvale a little longer. It makes her sort of embrace the Christmas holiday and enjoy it. And so she gets, she starts thinking, I think, about Jeremiah and Eliza and Leslie and the Super Pets and what she has. She doesn't think about Superman. I don't think he's not there, but she does have people in her life who care about her. And so I like the idea that maybe she could have maybe brought the Linda robot back to the house.
She could have maybe repaired the Linda robot.
She could. I keep sort of remembering that is a possibility that she could have done. But she comes out of that sort of gloomy funk by thinking about the people she has in her life. And so I like the idea of that. And at the end, I think even the panels get a little brighter and a little warmer because Kara is now sort of embracing the holiday and being with friends and family.
Yeah, I like that. I like the issue leaving on that note of her really taking in not what she's lost but what she has, and I think that that's a good way to move through sometimes like sad moments, is to take stock of what you still have, not look at what you've lost. And obviously she's lost so much as a character, but she does have a lot of people who love her and care about her and rely on her. I thought it was interesting that in the Linda robot storyline, she basically says to Lesla, like, a lesson I haven't taught you is that you can't help everyone, and that there's always going to be some people who slip through the cracks. And like that's something that happened with the Linda robot, that she forgot that the Linda robot was there, and now it's too late to help her, and this is somebody who slipped through the cracks. And I think it's like an interesting perspective to have on Supergirl, is that no matter how hard she tries, like she can't be everywhere at all at once, right?
It would be impossible even if you had super speed.
Like you can't save every single person. You need to like sleep and have a life, or you're gonna have like a breakdown. But I do think it's funny highlighting this example where it does feel like she actually could have saved the Linda robot by just repairing her. She's like, you just can't save everybody, Lesla. And like the robot's like, you can repair me.
I have parts you can replace.
Help, please. Plug me in. Just can't be done, she says. She walks away.
Yeah, I think that is a lesson that every hero needs to learn. And Supergirl even says that, sometimes I can't manage everything. She's trying to make a point to Lesla that there are just some people you can't save. There's things that you just physically can't do. You can't do everything. So I think that's a good lesson for Lesla as this new hero to be able to learn, because I think they're still kind of in training. Supergirl still sort of training Luminary, Lesla as the superhero Luminary. So I think it is something that I think is a good lesson for a superhero to learn, but I think maybe also learning how to help the people you can help, like the Linda robot, would also be a good lesson. So I'll try not to hold that against Supergirl. Maybe she just doesn't have the parts. Maybe the parts aren't even she's like available anymore.
I'd have to order them, and they'd ship and take a long time.
Maybe they're just really expensive.
They're out of stock.
So maybe there's a good reason why Supergirl can't do it anymore. So any thoughts about this story before we go onto the art?
I did I liked some of the background bits in this story, like Lesla being like, I don't get snow. And then once there's some snow accumulation and they're like flying through the air trying to figure out who broke into the house, she's like, the snow is so beautiful. Kara, look at the snow, please. Kara is like, you need to focus. Like, I don't care about the snow right now. I've got stuff going on. And then also Jeremiah's teaching Lesla how to make Christmas cookies, and Lesla's like, it can't be that hard, and he's like, you don't understand what goes into Christmas cookies, and what I'm hearing from you is not a real artist. And then at the end she makes these great Christmas cookies, and he's like basically like the student has surpassed the master. He's like, this is beautiful. She makes some Christmas cookies in the shape of the S shield. I thought that was really cute.
Yeah, I enjoy that Jeremiah is the baker in the family.
Yeah, that's fine. And he's like, it's a delicate art. He's like, you gotta watch closely.
Speaking of background things, I like that Supergirl drinks either hot cocoa or coffee or something from a Robin mug. So that was kind of fun. One of the things I liked about the art in this issue is the way the super pets are drawn.
Yeah.
Often Streaky will be seen as cats do, as you know, Morgan, maybe better than me. The cats like to be high up.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so if they're gonna, I don't know if the lab cats do this when you're at home, but maybe they sit on the top of the chair or the sofa or the couch.
Oh, yeah, yeah. They like to perch behind me sometimes, and I'm like, you're creeping me out.
Yeah.
Please stop.
So every time Streaky's there, he's sitting on top of a chair. He's like I think at one point he's on the mantle.
Oh,
So
that's great.
I think the streaky parts of it were fairly accurate, I think, for cats who like to be high up. I think he's sitting on the mantle above the fireplace.
Oh, nice.
But
Yeah,
even,
I
even
also
just like
noticed.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I noticed when she's sleeping and the Linda robot is like looking at her creepily that the Shrieky's sleeping on top of her head, which is apparently like a thing a lot of cats like to do.
So, fun fact. This happened. So, I am highly allergic to cats now. But when I was growing up, I had a cat for 8 years, a long-haired cat too, a Persian
Oh
cat.
man.
And it was the only time in my life I could have a cat. And there was one morning I woke up and my cat was sleeping on my pillow above my head. And I was like, what is that? Like, I felt back there and it was my cat. And who was named Samantha. I named after the witch on Bewitched.
Amazing.
Because I loved Nick and Night when I was growing up. And that was the only time I remember that ever happening. And maybe it happened all the time. But that was just the one time I noticed it. But yeah, cats do that.
Yeah, cats are notorious for liking to like sleep on top of people's heads. Like when I was little, my mom said that like her cats used to sleep on top of her head all the time.
That's so interesting.
It's just a cat though. So I like little details like that of like it feels like either somebody is a cat fan or has cats.
I think Sophie Campbell has a cat.
I feel like she's got to have a cat because like the specific behavior is like yes, the cat Shrieky would be sleeping on top of Kara's head. That's where Shrieky would be sleeping.
Even there's a panel where Kara it's when Kara's talking to Eliza where the fireplace is, but then there's like a panel next to it where it's got like a white background and Kara's sitting in a chair and Streaky's sort of like nudging her leg.
Like rubbing his head against her leg. Yeah, cats love to do that.
Yeah, so that I think has a lot of cat nature into it. And I think even some of the other super pets with Crypto and Candy the bunny and
Tiny Tano.
Tiny Tano is still there.
I like that Tiny Tano in one of the panels, and I can't find it now, is like just like hanging out on top of the bunny, like just chilling on top of Candy.
Yeah, I think they're buds. And I think and Tiny Tano is like looking out the window. Maybe he's fascinated like Leslie with the snow.
Loving the snow.
He probably hasn't seen a lot of snow. I would guess that like apes don't maybe see a lot of snow.
Yeah, probably not. Probably that must be exciting for him.
Yeah. So I like the small little bits of art with the super pets. I thought the nice touches of that to include them into the story without having to make them big characters. They were still part of the environment and part of the what was going on, especially with Kara. I think it said a lot about where she was because I think it made her home life seem very appealing. So after she has this realization with Leslie about, wanting to be with the people who are right in front of her, Kara wants to spend more time in Midvale. And I was kind of like, yeah, I would too. Yeah. Look at this nice house. You've got two parents who love and care about you. You've got your friend Leslie. You've got all these super pets that you're not allergic to like I am. And so you get to hang out in this nice place where there's like a goth club.
I was going to say, you could go party with Lena
at the golf. So Midvale is like a happening place. So yeah. I think it would be good for Kara to maybe hang around a little longer.
Yeah, I liked that at the end of the issue she's like, is it okay if I hang out here for a while? Because in the beginning of the issue, Eliza is like, you've been here for kind of a bit. Like, what's the plan? And at the end, she kind of accepts that she wants to stick around for a while, which I think is nice. Yeah. What's not to love about Midvale?
Yeah, so I enjoyed this issue. So this is the first of where Supergirl Radio is going to be doing two back-to-back sort of holiday Supergirl issues. So this is going to be the first one of 2 before we end for the year for 2025.
Crazy.
Before we jump into the summer of Supergirl, because it's coming
so quickly.
It's going to come so quickly. But we're going to end our Supergirl Radio podcasting year with 2 issues of Supergirl holiday issues. So that's very exciting. I happen to enjoy this issue, and I'm glad we got to read it. And I think Sophie Campbell, even with our minor critiques that we have about how Supergirl should be able to save that Linda robot, I think it's a perfectly good way to tie in Kara's feelings about Christmas and how she deals with that. So I'm willing to accept that she can't save the Linda robot to illustrate that point. So I think this run is still very enjoyable, and I feel like I enjoy reading every issue that has come out. So still loving it.
Yeah, me too. I really like this run. I'm enjoying each issue, and I like that they have kind of different feels and different vibes, and they're pulling from different parts of Supergirl's past. It's been really fun so far.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think that's going to do it. Well, actually, before we wrap up, I just also wanted to say, Brian in the chat says, I also had a cat named Samantha as a kid after Bewitched.
Oh my God.
Great minds. Think alike. So that's very cool. So I just wanted to point that out because I was a very small 10-year-old who really loved classic television. So that's cool. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Supergirl Radio. If you would like to contact us, you can post a comment on our website at supergirlradio.com. You can email us at supergirlradio@gmail.com. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on X and Instagram, all at Supergirl Radio. If you like what we do, we encourage you to give us a rating and write us a review on Apple Podcasts or anywhere that you listen to podcasts where you can leave a review. Supergirl Radio is part of the DCTV Podcast and Multiverse of Color Networks, and you can hang out with us as we go live and wired, usually on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on the DCTV Podcast YouTube channel. I would like to say to point out that the reason that we have had to change and do different nights recently was that I have found that most people during the holiday season, if they have a Christmas concert or a Christmas party, they want to have it on Tuesdays. I don't know why that is. Why is it Tuesdays? But so this time of the year, everyone wants to do the things on Tuesdays. So a lot of us having to switch around and do different days recently has been largely due to my schedule. So my apologies to all of our Supergirl Radio listeners and viewers. But normally we are Tuesdays, like forever and ever. We have been Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully we can maintain that consistency a little better in the year of Supergirl as we go into the summer of Supergirl. DCTV Podcast also has a TeePublic store. So if you're in need of some new DC TV, DC Comics, Supergirl related t-shirts, tank tops, sweatshirts, magnets, tote bags, pins, phone cases, pillows, stickers, or even shorts, you can go to supergirlradio.com and click on the TeePublic store link at the top of the page.
And if you are looking for some new winter apparel, we have hoodies and long sleeve shirts you can get to let people know that you are just here for Supergirl. I would recommend wearing these to like a holiday party. And they'll be like, what does that mean? You could be like, what do you think? Leave it mysterious.
You don't have to explain it.
I don't have to explain it.
I think it's self-explanatory.
You're just here for Supergirl.
Yeah, I think that says everything you need to know.
I think it's a great sweater. It's a great holiday sweater is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So and it doesn't really matter where you are.
Exactly. Because you're just there for Supergirl.
So it doesn't matter where you go or what you're doing. You are here in that place for Supergirl, no matter what. So you can get that design in the TeePublic store if you are so inclined to do so. We would also like to thank our Legion of super sponsors for supporting the Supergirl Radio Patreon. These people are Michael, Sam, Anne-Marie, Yvonne, Nicola, Abby, Miriam, Nicole, Brian, Ethan, Majuba, Annie, Rachel, Kit. If you'd like to become a Legion of super sponsor, you can go to patreon.com/Supergirl Radio. And Morgan reminded me today that we need to tackle Joker 2 Folie à Deux.
I don't know why I reminded you of this.
We have reviewed Joker on the Patreon. but we have not tackled Folie à Deux. And we have talked about Folie à Deux on Supergirl Radio. I don't know how many times.
We have talked about it so many times, probably because we like saying Folie à Deux.
Probably. That's
why
really
I
it.
keep mentioning
That's
it.
really what it is. So maybe we should do that. I feel like that's something we should tackle.
It's probably not going to be our like holiday watch.
Wouldn't that be something though?
Yeah, it was like happy holidays from Folie à Deux.
So we definitely need to put that on priority because we did. I don't feel like we've completed the Joaquin Phoenix Joker yet until we get to Folie à Deux.
I feel like 2026 is going to be the year of Folie à Deux.
That is the year we're going to finally tackle it. So look forward to that. If you would like to keep up with me on the interwebs, I am on the app Vero True Social at Derby Kid. I'm on Instagram at the Derby Kid, where I really just share a lot of like make some noise clips from the show Make Some Noise. I just
so good.
I really just like sharing those. So that's a lot of what I do on Instagram. I also have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/duckmilkprod. I will be getting hopefully to some new content over there and some new content over at my travel blog at Oasis Broom. I've got like 2 weeks of like Christmas, New Year's vacation.
Ooh.
I've got 2 weeks. I can do things.
Yeah, imagine what you can churn out in 2 weeks.
I'm going to be so productive.
You don't even need a Rebecca robot.
I'm going to get some things done. So I promise some form of new content somewhere on some of the things.
That's exciting. That's exciting news. I'm looking forward to it. You can find me as a co-host on the Legendary Ladies podcast, where we just talked about the new Spartacus show, and we've got an upcoming episode about Wicket. So of course, as always, the best way to keep up with us is to subscribe to the podcast or to subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Legendary Ladies, or on Instagram at the Legendary Ladies, or on Twitter at legends_podcast.
So is this Wicked for good?
For good, which is
Wicked,
Wicket,
not part 2.
Part deux. It's Wicket Folie à Deux.
Yeah, I think we really just like saying Folie à Deux.
It's a fun name of a movie.
It is a fun thing to say. Well, that's very exciting. I can't wait to hear new Legendary Ladies content. Well, I think that is going to do it for this episode of Supergirl Radio. But until next time, I'm still Rebecca Johnson.
And I'm still Morgan Glennon. And Jeremiah Danvers is right. Christmas cookies are a delicate art.
McGurk! I love typing.
Not mess with my Google Docs, Meeksy.
Supergirl Radio is going live every night of the week. How do you like it? Is becoming a human burrito a plus or a minus? I don't know. It does seem snug.
I mean, they say you are what you eat.
Kira. I love that.
So I do a podcast called Supergirl Radio, and one of our segments is Lena Luthor, Boardroom or Ballroom, because
she looks like a boss in this coat.
Nasty Luthor like a different Luthor? It's not just Lena being mean?
No.
Helen Slater here. So fun to know that you're hosting a podcast called Supergirl Radio.